life. She's been playing.
It's better.
I've got some shots. Just let me find it here. I've got shots of Karen watching.
A cutaway of a bar, of a piece of
Oh, we've got the weights. You can put the weights.
Yay! Where?
Do you want, like, it's just the weights on the floor.
Okay, what's next?
Then just an overall shot of where that is, which is her soccer shrine, 1753.
Want to leave the sound of the other one still under?
We're gonna come right back to the gym after, so.
Yeah, see, it's better like that. Is she Irish? So what's the Ireland thing there?
She went to Ireland. That's gonna come in the story later on.
Yeah, I think so, eh? I think so.
It's coming up right soon, actually.
It's not perfect, but can you do anything else?
Post-secondary education is becoming less and less accessible, and if you manage to get into school, you end up with a massive debt, and basically students are graduating into poverty.
Following the protest, students marched to Robertson Hall to give Carleton President Richard Van Loon over 1,000 signatures against the tuition hikes.
Is that post-secondary education is becoming less and less accessible, and if you manage to get into school, you end up with a massive debt, and basically students are graduating into poverty.
Education is the right. We will not give up the fight.
Following the protest, students marched to Robertson Hall to give Carleton President.
So I think the dancing styles change, but I think there's always going to be people who want to dance.
Local club owners are capitalizing on their patrons' desire to dance the night away.
So I think the dancing styles change, but I think there's always going to be people who want to dance.
Local club owners are capitalizing on their patrons' desire to dance the night away.
For me as a business, I hate to see myself entering into kind of moral debate when it's the business of the government to deal with this kind of issue, not the business itself.
That's the kind of response Animal Action has been getting from local businesses ever since it set up here in Ottawa 4 years ago. But in the past year, its success rate and its profile have improved. Those that are targeted are persuaded, if not by conscience, then by the group's aggressive style. Len Goldberg helped start Animal Action.
Because I didn't see any grassroots animal rights activism in Ottawa. There certainly was animal rights activity going on, but I didn't see anybody on the street.
The surgery was a complete success. 2 months later, Regan was back in the gym with the permission of her doctors, doing strength and cardio training.
Now I can't keep up with her. It's between her weightlifting and where she works and this and that. I mean, we see each other on occasion, and you know, when she's not traveling or working. It's terrific to see how she's doing.
After the kidney transplant, Regan was told she could no longer play contact sports as it could damage her new kidney. So she took up a new sport, Olympic-style weightlifting. Now Regan trains.
I'm like a walking miracle. I'm a miracle because of all the people that helped me, my husband Carrie and my dad. But also I think someone or something was watching over me because it went more than better, and more than better, much more. I'm so blessed, and it's a whole different life.
It's a dark green. There she goes. Okay, so anyways, radiogram 4422.
It looks better than I thought it would, but it was a real nightmare to edit.
If you had a chance to do this over again, is there anything you would do differently?
I would make sure I let the characters walk in and out of the shots, have a lot of cutaways, have relevant cutaways, and hold my shots better. It just would make editing way easier. And while the lady was weightlifting, I would have had her describe what she was doing or things like that, so that we could have used that sound in editing.
We're going to watch it. We're going to watch it and then do a very, very quick, not really feedback, we'll just talk about it generally, some observations while everything's still fresh in your mind.
Today's 25th hour, we meet a young woman who's using sheer power to overcome all sorts of odds.
And now the story of the survivor. Nothing stops Lisa Regan.
I thought they told a lovely story. I think it was very compelling. It was of this very inspirational woman. This is a story, a profile of a person. So one of the first things that I look for is to see that they've really developed her as a character. She's not just an interview subject. This isn't just somebody you hear a lot from. This is somebody you really get a well-rounded sense of who they are.
I was being rolled into the surgical ward, and I don't know.
The clips that they chose were excellent.
He just looked at me and grabbed my hand, and I said, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, and Carrie just said, rumble, old man, rumble, and he gave me a big kiss, and I went into surgery.
Those clips were very effective. They were nice and long. They fit the pace of the story, and they didn't just provide information. They did more than that. Would have liked to seen a bit more interaction, just kind of natural sound opportunities with her coach. Things that maybe they would have had to set up, but they wouldn't have been staged. Just conversations or just demonstrations or whatever it is they would have been doing together.
You're so nice. It wasn't that good.
And I talk about that a lot in class because I know that was something that really bothered me when I started in television, actually, because I thought I was very pure and I was just going to be there to capture what was unfolding before me, as opposed to trying to make it happen before me while the camera was running. And so I'm sympathetic with the students, and it's something that only improves with experience. So hopefully, as they produce more and more documentaries, they'll become more comfortable with doing that, and they'll know what they want. They won't be asking people to do lots of things that are going to end up on the cutting room floor, as it were. What that piece needs, if I can, a couple of general points from all of them. What that piece needed, and I think the weight one as well, is you have to feel comfortable letting natural sound and sound bites and sound moments happen. The pauses in your script, the pauses between the interviews and your script, so that we get a better sense of the texture of and the atmosphere of wherever you are. So that'd be one common thing, and that is something. I mean, it works well in the news, but you have much less time to do it. You only have a minute 20 or a minute 30. So that's a big part of the transition into doing current affairs things, is letting things through. The computer interview. I thought the interview.